and welcome to Tête-à-tête with Tiwa. I'm Tineke.
And I'm Wally.
Today's question is a strange one, actually. What's the question?
What's the most impact that
a
a
random
stranger
has had on you?
Yes.
Okay, what's the most impact that a random stranger has had on you?
The most profound for me is, but I'd be telling a story. Yeah, that's the thing. But
Can
essentially,
you summarize it?
can I summarize it? Well, I'll try. I was about 17, I think, yes. I was about 17. I used to play basketball. And at the time, I used to play basketball for school, for local government, and for state. And it was during the holidays, and we had a tournament at state level. So I had to leave where I lived to go to the state where I played for, which was where my school was. But like I said, we were on holiday, hence the reason why I wasn't there. Against my mother's wishes, I tried to get to camp because it's a basketball camp. So I tried to get to camp on a Friday evening, not because the tournament started on a Friday evening or even a Saturday. It actually started on Monday, but there were parties on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday perhaps. So I needed to get there in time for the parties. Anyhow, so I left. After convincing her that I had to because we had a serious game on Saturday morning. Um, yeah. Anyhow, I'm not encouraging anybody to lie.
Get
Just
on with
saying.
it.
So anyway, and it was public transport. Anyhow, one way or the other, I left too late, and I wasn't able to make it to my destination. The last car stopped sort of in between, in a town that I've never ever been to before. I didn't know. When I say town, I mean
Village.
not a village, but a very small town. And I remember I got there it was about 10:30 at night. We finally got there. There'd been traffic and all that. Anyhow, I then asked, I asked the people at the car garage how I could get to my destination, and they said, well, it's another car garage, which was about, they said then, they pointed down a road and said it was at the end of that road somewhere on the right. Anyhow, I start to walk down this road, my backpack on my back, and I'm walking, and I think I must have covered by this time maybe like 3 kilometers, maybe 4, when I suddenly realized that I could see nothing ahead of me, and I looked back and I could see nothing behind me. I was that deep into the darkness. I knew I was standing on tar because I'd walked down it, but no lights, nothing, no cars coming, no cars going. And I thought to myself, Wally, that's it, you're finished. What if anybody came out of these bushes, or anything came out of these bushes for that matter? You'd be finished. Anyhow, wisdom got the better of me, and I turned around to go back where at least I knew where there was light there, even though it was 3 k's away. So I finally got back into that town. I walked back into town, and I found, the only thing I found was I think the best word for this is it was a brothel. And so I went to the bar at the brothel. First of all, to get something to drink, a nice cold 7-Up or Sprite. I can't remember which one it was, but because I've been walking that long without anything to drink. Food wasn't a thing. I wasn't even hungry. Now my problem was, what am I going to do? So they're worried, and like I said, it's a brothel, and So I'm beginning to think, how do I negotiate with these girls and ask one of them to please vacate her room for me for the night? I had money on me, so that wasn't a thing. I could pay whatever it needed to be paid. Um, and just, so I was at the bar just thinking, how am I going to do this? How do you even start such a conversation? And so on. And the guy behind the bar just asks and says to me, oh, he sees the pairs that I'm new around here, has never seen my face before. And I relay my pitiful story to him. And he said, no problem. He said himself, and he pointed at another guy that worked there, live, and he pointed, said not too far. And they have a spare room. So if I don't mind, I can come and spend the night at theirs. Now, risk, don't forget, I'm 17, almost 18, I believe. Yeah, 17 and nearly 18. Maybe even 18, anyhow, that's not important. But it was, to me, they seemed so genuine that I wasn't worried, I wasn't scared. I was like, okay, thanks a lot. And anyhow, they finished their shift maybe about an hour later, and three of us left. We'd been talking, just telling them about basketball and all that, and asking about the town. We went back to their apartment. These guys, so in actual fact, it was a one-bed apartment. These guys vacated their bedroom for me, and they slept on the couch. There was that L sort of couch. They let me sleep on their bed because I said let me sleep on the couch, and they insisted. And then, by the time I woke up in the morning, there was a warm bucket of water ready for me to have a bath. I did, with a fresh towel. I did, and by the time I'd finished bathing, there was breakfast. Yes, there was breakfast. Wow. There were eggs, bread, and tea. And we all ate together in the living room, on the sofas. I don't even think I saw a TV or anything like that, But these guys were so, I can never forget them. I absolutely never. Now I can't even remember their names. So back in the day, so it was not like mobile phones or any of that, So when we'd finished eating and all that, they then took me to the garage where I'd leave from, and they waited until I got into my car and took off. I remember saying to them, I remember giving them our home phone number. So my both, because we had homes in two places, I gave them both phone numbers. And I said if they ever had any problems, they should please call, and I would relay the story to my parents that these guys did. I was so touched. But that, yes, so that, I think, is the greatest impact that made an impression on me by random strangers. And that impact is the lesson of kindness. It touched my heart. I mean, I prayed from my heart of hearts for them, and I prayed for the best for them. They never contacted us. They never called to see how we, they never called. They never said they needed any help or anything. I've never seen them since that night or since that morning, the next morning. But what they did, wow. God bless them, wherever they are now. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how I can follow that. But that's, even the fact that you went, like, there were so many things that's, like, crazy.
It was fraught with so much danger.
Indeed. Yeah. Oh, okay, so my random act of kindness, what was it? The most impact that I've had from a random stranger.
Yeah.
When I first read this question, I thought is this the most impact that I have from a random stranger, that somebody that's a stranger and remained a stranger, or you know how somebody can be be a stranger and then as a result of this act they become your friend.
Right.
So I was now trying to work out, but anyway, I couldn't really think of couldn't really think
Right.
of. So I think the one that I have to go with is, you know, the one I'm going with, don't you?
It's got to do with chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to, well, funny enough, I was going to say to you, I know one.
That's the one that so this was years ago. I was on the top of a double-decker bus in Croydon, and I was feeling faint. I thought I was going to pass out, and I remember saying a prayer. Well, it wasn't even really a prayer. I just remember thinking, I just need a Mars bar. Now, the reason that I thought Mars bar was because when I had done the Duke of Edinburgh Award scheme, they had told us to bring Mars bars because that was like something that gave you energy, and so that's why I thought Mars bar. Not because I particularly liked Mars bar or I wanted Mars bar, but I just thought I need energy, and what I know that gives you energy like this is a Mars bar. So I was just like, I need a Mars bar. It was almost like a thought. And just as I had the thought, so I was sitting at the front right hand side of the double decker bus, right at the front. And just as I had the thought, some guy came up. I don't know if he came up the stairs, to be fair, because I don't even know if we were at a stop or not, but he came from behind to the front, and he sat on the left hand side at the front. And he literally sat down there, and as I so I was thinking, oh gosh, I just need a Mars bar. Opened my eyes, looked at him, and he said, would you like a Mars bar? And gave me a Mars bar. I mean, that was just my angel as far as I'm concerned. That was the day that I was like, wow, every thought of a child of God is a prayer, and God has angels all over the place. Because I don't know if, I mean, I presume he was, I don't know, I really don't know. Did he come onto the bus because I was about to ask for a Mars bar? Was he already on the bus and he moved forward? Because I have no idea. But that thing stayed with me forever. It stayed because I just always think,
It stayed with me too. Because,
and every time I think of a Mars bar, I think of him.
yeah, because you called me. You called me when you got to your destination, remember? And you told me about it.
I don't even remember that. I just remember being like, wow.
What had just happened.
Wow. Yeah. So yes, that is it. The most impact that a random stranger has.
So essentially, these, have you noticed?
What?
It's of kindness.
It is of kindness. It is of kindness. And it's unfortunate that in this day and age, if that same situation of yours was, I would be thinking, what did they put in the bed that they want me to,
right?
There's so much suspicion around it. Like, is it that they want to lock me in the bedroom and you know what I mean? As in, there would just be so much. I mean, I guess there was a little bit, maybe also because you were young, you want.
I was fearless, to be frank.
So
I was actually fearless.
But I just think
walking down that road, you're talking jungle on either side. I mean, I wouldn't even,
because of parties.
I wouldn't even try that now. Yeah, hey, look, we had to rock. And that's the bottom line. But yeah, that's I think it's I actually get a warm feeling actually thinking about it now. Not the parties, not the guys.
That sounds wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Sorry. Yeah, but
we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.
All right. Ciao.